Hey everyone! Welcome to Daily Video Game News, your go-to spot for fast, fresh, and straight-to-the-point gaming updates. It's time for your daily dose of video game news, covering the weird, the wild, and the downright awesome from around the industry. Let's dive in. If you love staying in the loop with all things gaming, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss a beat. First up, the BAFTA Games Awards just wrapped up, and Astrobot is walking away with top honors. That's right, Astrobot won Best Game at the show, and it didn't stop there. The game led the night overall, picking up an impressive total of 5 awards. Meanwhile, Still Wakes the Deep also made waves, securing 3 wins, including both performance categories. The event, hosted by comedian Phil Wang, celebrated a fantastic year in gaming. Other big winners included Vampire Survivors, which continued its streak by grabbing the Evolving Game Award after winning Best Game last year. Hellblade 2 was recognized for technical achievement, while Metaphor Refantasio took home the award for narrative. And a special shout-out to Tales of Kenzera Zhao, the debut game from Abubakar Salim's Surgent Studios, which won Game Beyond Entertainment for its meaningful impact. Now, over to hardware news. And yes, it's about the Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo has officially delayed pre-orders for the Switch 2 in Canada. The reason? Nintendo says they want to align the Canadian pre-orders with those in the US, which were also delayed last week. In a statement, Nintendo of Canada confirmed pre-orders for Nintendo Switch 2 in Canada will not start on April 9th, to align with the timing of pre-orders to be determined in the US. They also reassured fans that the launch date of June 5th remains unchanged. So, what's behind all this? Well, it looks like tariffs and market conditions are at play. The US pre-orders were postponed as Nintendo evaluates the potential impact of new tariffs imposed by President Trump, including hefty ones on China, and even on countries like Vietnam and Cambodia, where much of Nintendo's hardware is produced. Despite these delays, Switch 2 pre-orders have already opened in Europe, the UK, and Japan. And speaking of the Switch 2, let's talk projections. An analysis firm has just revised its forecast for the Switch 2, citing pricing concerns linked to those same tariffs we mentioned. Even with these challenges, the outlook remains bright. In fact, the firm, DFC Intelligence, still predicts that the Switch 2 will become the fastest-selling console of all time. So while the pre-order situation is a bit shaky right now, the excitement for Nintendo's next console clearly isn't slowing down anytime soon. In an exciting update from Supergiant Games, it's been confirmed that Hades 2 will be a console exclusive for the Nintendo Switch and the upcoming Switch 2 at launch. The announcement came during Nintendo's Creators Voice video series, where developers share insights about their upcoming projects. While Hades 2 is also planned for other consoles, it will first launch on Nintendo platforms later this year. However, Supergiant has yet to announce a specific release date. For those who love the original Hades, which swept multiple Game of the Year awards, the sequel promises even more action. Players will step into the role of the immortal princess of the underworld, exploring a rich mythological world and taking on the forces of the Titan of Time. Nintendo has been actively promoting third-party collaborations, with last week's Creator's Voice featuring From Software's Hidetaka Miyazaki discussing the Dustbloods. With Hades 2 joining the exclusive lineup, Nintendo is clearly aiming to make a strong impression for the Switch 2's release window. Nintendo has addressed player concerns about the screen sharing feature in Switch 2's GameChat, which appeared to run at a noticeably low frame rate during its reveal. The screen sharing option lets players show their game screen to friends, even if they're playing different titles, like streaming Mario Kart World while a friend shares their Donkey Kong Bonanza gameplay. However, players noticed that the shared footage seemed to run at around 10 frames per second, much lower than the fluid 30, 60, or even 120 FPS supported by Switch 2 games. In an interview with GameSpot, Nintendo hardware director Takuhiro Dota, explained the decision was intentional. To keep gameplay smooth and unaffected, Nintendo limited the frame rate for screen sharing to reduce strain on system resources. Hori, the popular peripheral maker, has revealed the Piranha Plant camera for Switch 2, officially licensed by Nintendo, and it's honestly adorable. Plus, it's cheaper than the standard camera, priced at just £40 compared to £50 for the official one. But here's the catch. While the official Switch 2 camera captures at 1080p, the Piranha Plant camera only manages 480p at resolution. That's pretty low compared to modern cameras nowadays. Still, it's not without its perks. The Piranha Plant camera does support GameChat and also offers flexible setup options. You can place it inside its signature warp pipe base on your desk, or remove it and plug it directly into the Switch 2 via USB. It even has a clip to mount it on top of your TV, and you can close its mouth when you're not using it for a bit of extra privacy. That's it for today's Gaming News Roundup. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more gaming news. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.